Thank you, fellas.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
It's good to get you out of the comforts of the studio. Let's go.
I know, man. I'm getting out here to the ballpark. I'm feeling lost.
Get you out in the Bronx.
Now, I'm really lost when I look over here and I see this dude is in a uniform. What?
You and me both.
You get a call from the Rangers and you come back. When did Aaron find out? Did you call him right away and he tried to tell you, hold it, I don't know what you're doing yet?
He thought I was in on it.
He
It's
did?
kind of a funny story, yeah. Well, we talk, we talk randomly. During the season, we check in with each other. I'm pretty careful of Yankees. If they're too hot, too cold, I'll kind of stay away. I'm not going to be blamed for screwing up a streak. And I don't want him to pout when they're losing. So I know when to call. Anyway, he gives me a call, and we've been talking. Anyway, we get off the phone. 5 minutes later, I get a call from Boach. There's probably a handful of guys in this game that I'd come to work under. Boach is at the top of that list. So I hang up the phone, I'm discussing with my wife a little bit, we have a serious conversation. She looks at me and it kind of hit me. It was like, this isn't really anything I'm gonna think about. Something happened for this reason at this time, and I just thought, of course I have to go do this.
So when did you find out, Aaron?
So I get a call from him, he said, hey, did you know something? Like, he thought I was calling to see what was going on. I had no idea. He goes, Boach just called me and said, you want to be the hitting coach, and can you be here Monday? And I was like, well, I think you got to do it.
Knowing you all these years, I would have never seen Aaron arguing with an umpire. I didn't picture that.
You would see me, right?
Oh, no doubt.
And so that's where maturity comes in.
So my question is, how long until he gets kicked out of a game?
You know what? I'm saying never.
Really?
Yeah, that's the surprising thing. You always think he was the guy. I got kicked out as a player probably 5 or 6 times in my career. He got none.
Okay, so you've flipped me on the personalities, because I didn't see that coming. So let's go back in life with you guys. There's been a Boone involved in Major League Baseball since 1948. So you grew up in the sport. So all that said, how do you grab all that experience and bring it forward?
My dad got to the big leagues in September of '72. I was born in March of '73. He was retired my senior year in high school. All I knew. And back then, and we had a dad that took us to the ballpark with him all the time. So we were in a big league clubhouse, shagging, hitting. It's just almost by osmosis. It's all we know.
Think about how much he knows, and I know more. How about that? What's the 73?
Did he say he knows more?
Yeah.
Think
about how much he knows. He knows I know more.
Let's go back to you guys playing together. You played 2 seasons together, is that right?
Yeah.
97, 98?
Yeah,
parts of the season? What was that like? Did you room together? Did you drive to the park together? Did you work out together in the winters?
Yeah, so I got basically a cup of coffee in 97, about a month in 97, and then in 98, I made the team out of spring. So for me, in looking back, and even in the moment, I appreciated it. It was great. I lived with him. I mean, I always looked up to him. You're in the big league, so you're finding your way. So it's not so much about that,
right.
But at the same time, like looking back, like, man, I got to share the same infield for a couple months with my brother.
Was he like, I want my feed right here? Was he specific about that? He didn't care.
Just get it to me.
Just give me the ball.
Harry, me and you around the bag back when they could take you out.
Oh, yeah.
Just get us the ball, we'll weed the match.
We'll handle the best. When did you start to see this confidence of Bret Boone? Has it always been that?
Always. So he was always little, right? I mean, he was this
short.
He was this little kid all the time, but he was kind of the best. When we would shag in the outfield and he was 8, 10 years old, he's out there with Tug McGraw catching major league fly balls behind his back. And people were always like amazed because he was this little runt, like doing these amazing things on a baseball field.
Yeah.
I tend to think that I know a lot about this game.
No, not.
But, until you live it, and I've lived it a short time, I have a little bit of a feeling now for what it's like to be not a player. Player, we win, we lose, it's a grind, it's 162. I might lose a game, but I might hit a homer that day, so I'm gonna sleep okay tonight. When you lose a game as a staff member, you just went 0 for 5. And the wins are nice, but when you lose, I remember just my first series at home, we won 6 in a row. And we lost the 7th day, and I felt like, we're 0-10. This is the worst. You know, really, no, this is a marathon, because I still have to be cool. You know, I learned that, and I say that in jest. I think it's funny. But I learned that from my father, who learned it from his father. And when Dad would come watch us, Bob Boone was the most poised. You never know what was going on. And we'd hit a big home run to end the game, and he was just kind of never let him see a sweat. And that's how my dad was. That's how my grandfather was. And I appreciated that, because it was never a big deal. We've been pretty blessed in our family and growing up the way we did to have role models, you know, high integrity guys. And yeah, it's very cool.
So how fun has it been, Aaron, to have him come back to New York and be in uniform?
It's been great. I know he's ready for this and in a great place in his life to impact people. So he's where he belongs, and in a cool way, you know, it's actually upped our communication, because now we're living a similar life again, you know. So, you know, I'll reach out to him every couple days now, like, hey, how's it going? How you connecting with these guys? Like, you know, picking brains and things like that. So it's been fun.
No, it is interesting. When he calls me now, I can tell it's a different. We always communicate, but I noticed in the beginning, I think he's more curious. Like, hey, how's it going? What's it like now? You know what it's kind of like.
Behind the curtain again.
He goes,
now you're the experienced one.
Right. And I can see he's kind of the big brother now. He's like, hey, how's it going? Anything you didn't expect? But I think it's kind of cool. He's been living this side of it now for a while, so he does have the insight.
Because that's one of the great things about, I think, our life and our life as big leaguers is, no matter what we're going through, we're flying high, really scuffling, and everything in between. Like, I had a grandpa, a dad, and a brother that could relate to exactly what I was living and going through, and that was really valuable. And now that he's back in it, like, we have that kind of relationship again.